Hello
Hey,
there.
howdy, hey, folks. Welcome to another episode of The Mind of the Martyr. We are here, we are ready to go, and we have a guest with us, which is super exciting. You may have seen Dax around on a few different places in the old interwebs. And it's an absolute pleasure. Dax is going to be joining us for the next few weeks. Super excited to see how that all plays out. And speaking of excited, I want to get right into it. So I am going to dive straight in here. We have a couple of sponsors on the channel, some folks that really help us out and that we want to support as well. First one, we're going to talk about the wonderful folks at Grindin' Coffee. Fantastic. Just wonderful people, wonderful products. They support a whole bunch of people in both the TTRPG scene and outside of it as well. They do some wonderful flavors, some wonderful blends, and you're supporting marginalized folks as well. They are wonderful. Go ahead and throw in the code FWRD for 13% off your order and have that delivered to you ASAP. I have some on the way soon. I'm very excited, but I live an ocean away, so I'm probably not going to get it until 2022. But still, I am hype.
They also have a sample pack.
Yes, they also do sample packs, and I would definitely recommend it because, oh my gosh, the amount of flavors they have and brews they have is just chef's kiss. Beautiful.
Perfect. When you wake up with still a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Don't trip at
Especially
all.
when you're working on 12 different time zones at the same time.
Time is but a construct.
That's fine.
But they
Gonna
refuse to
pass
let
over
me
to time for
ignore it.
DM Emporium, though. If you want to go ahead and plug yourself.
Do you always feel like there's something else that you could be bringing to the table when you are headed towards your TTRPG sessions? And do you tire of your regular dice? Do they feel just simply too lightweight and too thrown away in your hand? Well, you need something extra. You need something more. You need to visit dmemporium.com. At DM Emporium, you can find the extra things to really level up your games. Whether it is the metal dice where you can feel the weight of destiny in your hand, a stein to drink out of at the table because, damn it, you're here and you're here for it. And you can even find stuff like a tunic in order to just kind of get that one-upsmanship. And I can't say officially, but I do know the dice roll a little better. Dice are not actually weighted in any way, shape, or form. They are completely and utterly and totally fine. I promise you, I have to just do that in because I thought it was funny. Visit tmemporium.com and use the code FWRD for 10% off your order, and 10% will go to building this wonderful, amazing channel with all these wonderful, amazing people. So watch forward, go far, move forward in your games, and visit dmemporium.com.
Wow.
Two things. One, I'm really upset that your microphone was crackling the entire
Oh,
time.
no!
And two, that was beautiful, and if you did that on the fly, I'm very impressed.
I mean, the voice was the only thing I had planned. I just made up the rest as I went.
I'm so happy.
Oh, that was wonderful.
That was brilliant. That was so good. Yeah. Your mic's a little crackly though, so I would check that out real quick. Wonderful. Our third sponsor are the wonderful folks at So Nerdware. They support a whole bunch of different groups and different streamers in the community. They are bloomin' fantastic. There is a whole bunch of money for charity. They still have their Burrito collection going on, which supports Black creators directly. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful products, and you should definitely go ahead and check out their website, which is definitely linked into the chat, and definitely use the code FRIENDS to get 10% off your order. Any of the codes used in any of our sponsors goes towards helping the channel, helping us build it, eventually building to the point where we can go ahead and start getting some more content now. So yeah, go ahead and visit all of those and give them your support. All right. We can go ahead and jump into the recap. I believe it was Soup, correct?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. What happened last session, Soup?
We were looking for Athenos and Ishton, and some Them albatross got them. Big old fancy white and gray coat and such. But, anyway, we got them. We made some sort of deal with them. And, well, they decided they want to go. And go get Athenosis captain. So, because of that, we, had to say goodbye. So, been drinking, had some food, wasn't able to make it nothing fancy, but it's all right, you know. Don't remember much about it, but we said some good stuff, said some nice things. Pretty happy overall, considering they're gone. What else?
We won the cooking contest.
Well, almost forgot about that. Athenos kind of shit all over it, but I
Thanks.
got some fancy new cookware. Think I'll be using that. Takes poison out, turns out. Then we had some fun conversations with each other. Better not talk about them. Kind of private, you know. I don't know, what else? What am I missing?
I almost killed myself in an accident again.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, I think I blocked that part out. So yeah, turned out Jolter had some part of creation. He had part of a god just on him. And he tried to combine it with some sort of dark void artifact that Orin had. Not really sure where all these people are getting these weird things from, but tried to stick them together. And nearly blew us the kingdom come. That was great.
And then part 2, where Jotaro decided, what if I put a spell slot into this? Let's see what happens.
One
That was his own
HP
fault.
left.
Blew himself up. I'm alright though.
Yes, and then towards the end, we all gathered together. Athenos and Ishton left with the albatross and departed from the party. The rest of the group were sent via Bo, who was a little disgruntled with the whole situation and a little upset because he knows he's about to get his ass kicked. He went ahead and sent you back to the material plane. Where we're picking up now, you are back just outside of the volcano Faith. As you've come out, you see the city of Yilton, as you've usually seen it. And then in the distance, you see a big, thick, black pillar of smoke coming from elsewhere. As we zone back in, before you even get the chance to pull yourselves together, there's a rumble underneath the earth. Slowly, getting more and more intense. As you feel a sudden buildup of heat from behind you, you take a look, and this thin beam of orange energy suddenly coalesces and shoots directly out of the center of the volcano, soaring directly into the sky, screeching as it does so. It lasts only a few seconds.
And it's like a pillar
A pillar of energy.
energy.
Orangey energy. Not quite fire, but you can definitely feel the heat, almost as if it's a pillar of magma.
Oh, hey.
Well, that'd be suspect.
Would it be reminiscent of the visions that we've been having?
This one's a little bit thinner, a little bit more direct. And it only lasts a few seconds before it calms down and sinks back into the volcano.
Soup, I think you're right. That was probably Sisby.
I take it the reunion's not going very well.
It's going
Seemingly.
very well.
Oh, it's going very well, depending on who you ask.
Is it screaming?
I think so.
Start moving.
Well, we should go check it out, right? I mean, we do have to go back into Thaith.
We will follow you.
Takes his crossbow out. It's like,
We were only. We didn't break our promise, right? We were supposed to go there and talk to her, right? Not anything else. We didn't have to do anything else that I'm forgetting.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We-
Maybe we're
Well, I
supposed
guess we shouldn't. There was something we were supposed to pick up for Istin, wasn't there?
But that was the reward. Was more the steering wheel, right?
Right, a piece of the steering wheel. Don't really know what good it'll do us now that Istin's gone, but
Wait, did they want it? Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's long gone.
well, no, Kylera doesn't want it. Kylera has a piece of it that Istin wanted,
Right.
but I guess
Can hold on to it.
she could hold on to it until Istin returns.
Soup looks back behind him, and he just goes,
Come on, we're missing the fun stuff.
he is noticeably more like chipper.
Yeah. What fun stuff? What fun stuff? And he kind of like starts just following right after, like trusting but also
Is-
questioning at the same time.
Is Soup going towards the volcano?
Yeah. He's like taking off. He's like, oh, that's our cue. Going, and he's looking back. He's like, you guys still talking? Go on.
I think it might be a good idea to at least check it out. See the sisters one more time.
I have no idea, but both party members just went, so perhaps we should follow.
Don't split the party.
I'm gonna take Orin by the arm, I'll take him by the arm and just start going. Watching Jotra and Soup go. I don't want them getting too far
I'm
ahead.
not fighting you.
Come on, this is your mission.
Do you think Drasilla's okay with the eruption and whatever happened? That Dragonborn fellow that you were talking to?
When you ask him that, he like,
Hope so.
Me too. I don't have to
Hope he's not in there.
And then he was suddenly reminded as he talks about how sorry. He kind of looks at his wrist where and he'll put the gem back into Calibos. Put it gently, and then flick his arm to have Calibos fly.
And I also want to send, as I'm holding Orin, I go from leading
Not in
him
there.
to letting Orin lead me. I want to send Ash Delora inside.
Okay.
They've got
So-
yours.
You begin to make your way the direction you went before, through the caverns of Thaith. You notice a little bit forwards, or Ashtalora would notice first. As you get past the first couple of thresholds, the Ashless corpses have been completely removed. As have the seats, as have the beds, as have the flags. This entire cavern is abandoned.
Is what?
Looks like they stopped harvesting Sisby.
As you begin to make your way down further through, the mechanisms that were in this cavern beforehand are completely absent. You continue making your way down towards the core, where you were beforehand, and there is no tribe awaiting you.
Is there any evidence that these things were there at all?
They've been like burned.
Like they've been removed, or have they just? Does it look like they've never been there at all?
It looks like they never were there.
Jotra at this point, he's gonna look at this. This is gonna sound crazy, and maybe it is, but we don't. Does anybody know anything? Like, can we? Is it possible to go into the past? Can we know that? just thinking out loud, and he's gonna keep walking and like kind of like staring at the floor a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Is Ashtalora going directly into the core?
What does
So
that
she-
entrance look like?
So there is a tunnel that continues downwards. It gets thinner and thinner as you go. There is the hole that the horde of Ashalisks made to your left. To your right, there is a small cavernway that opens up into the core of this volcano.
Could she do it carefully? And the minute that like it looks like something's going to attack, I'm bamfing her out.
Hmm?
Like I'm holding that. Not my cat. Leave her
Sonora
out of
goes
it.
ahead and pokes her head round carefully, taking a look. You see two flaming molten figures standing next to each other. They appear to be in some kind of conversation, although you do not hear any sound.
I'm assuming one is Sispy,
Like
One you would
humanoid.
recognize as Sispy, yes.
and then it would be safe to assume the other's Kylara.
Both sit, or stand rather, before the great tree that you saw before.
Still made it.
Tree still made of lava.
Same as before. While some sections of the tree are itself the usual redwood bark and redwood branches, the other sections of it drip with molten lava.
It looks like Sispy and Kylara are talking. I can't hear anything though. And the Ashalisks aren't down there.
No Ashalisks, no nothing. Just the two sisters and the tree. Even the key itself has been removed. It doesn't appear to be present. Have Ashtalora roll a perception check for me.
IT perception.
Okay, that's not bad. Oh, I am using the Tressum thing, not the cat, right?
Yeah, you're using a Tressum as a familiar.
I still have the cat one in there. Perception. Oh, my eyes are so bad. Oh god, I'm blind. Okay. Perception. +5. That's an 18.
Okay.
Go west.
You notice around Kylara's wrists lies the same mark that you have seen, the same branding. The same as her sister and the same that you saw on Athenos.
Yeah, after that, I'll snap out of it and snap Ashlar back next to me. After having relayed all of that.
Okay.
Okay, so super bad.
Do we have
Or is it
time
good?
to-
I'm of mixed feeling here. I think we're safe to continue on, but also maybe just carefully.
If there are two of them there, does maybe
third one left screaming? Is that what we saw? Or was she landing, maybe? I don't know. I think you should ask.
I think that was
Sispy did want us.
one
there,
of them
didn't she?
clearing it out.
Oh.
I take it as Sispy's anger of seeing her sister being harvested.
Oh.
Clinkin's definitely not going to be happy about this. But fuck him anyway.
Lincoln wasn't close enough to the ritual.
I got his books.
I guess one way to find out.
Shall we?
But we don't have to. We do not have to.
I feel like I have to.
We're friends, right?
Okay, well, if yes, we're here for you.
So Orin will kind of take the lead and go and try to approach as cautiously as possible.
You go ahead and take a few steps inside of the core. This great tree almost looks as if it's grown a little since you were last here. The branches are slightly more stretched out. The molten lakes that surround you a little more aggressive, almost a little more bubbly, a little higher up in the way that they sit. You take a few steps forward, and as you take a few more steps, they both turn to you in unison.
Greetings, oh sisters of the Crimson Wood. And he bows.
Jojo standing on top, sorry, bows, then hops down and back.
A pleasure to see you both again.
Kylera lifts a hand and just lays a finger across her lips. And then her head tilts upwards. Sispy follows suit. Until a tremendous heat wave seems to just flush over you. The screech returns as through the center of the volcano, the pillar strikes down into the ground. That bolt of energy cracking against the molten ground, it almost deafens you with the sheer amount of screeching and impact and energy as the volcano begins to rock again. The two sisters turn towards it. And as the beam fades, a third figure stands. She rises up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I have this straight. The first one, when we were outside, we saw it go up. This one is coming down.
This one is coming down.
Okay.
Would it be Saya?
She pulls herself upwards, pulls off some dust that has accumulated. You watch as she looks, immediately sprints forward and throws an arm around each of the sisters and holds them close.
While this is happening, Soup, like from his prone position, just kind of shuffles over to Jotra and goes,
Does look familiar.
Oh. Jojo's gonna kind of curl, because he's been bowing the whole time. He's just gonna join Soup in a prone position, and then Pavasari is just gonna hover over the two of them. So now they're both hiding under Pavasari. And he'll go and he'll pull Eridan's, Eridan, you'll look down and see this tiny arm
from under Pavasari, pulling on your your pant leg.
Are you okay?
Hide with us.
Why are we hiding?
They're powerful beings that can kill us at a glance. Hide with us.
If they're powerful beings that can kill us at a glance, I don't think hiding under a metal turtle's gonna do anything.
Oh my god, you're right. Makes me feel better though. Don't tell anybody I hit.
I will casually scoot forward and stand in front of both of them. And Ashtalora will go under and sit in between them. Emotional
Still
support
just
cat.
on his knee. Like he's looking up, but he's still knelt down.
This embrace continues. You see a single molten drop form and begin to run down the third individual's cheek. As they pull away, all three of them turn to face the party. We cannot sustain these forms for so long. You witness the first meeting of the three sisters in over age. The three of them, almost in unison, take a step forward. And then another step. The more they begin to step towards you, the more in unison they become until they step right in front of you, Mark. You can feel the heat radiating from them. As suddenly they take a knee. The three of them drop and bow to you. Bow to the party, just once. As they rise up. No one else would have done what you did. We are thankful.
Soup reaches down and like pulls Jojo up. He's like,
What did we do?
Of course.
Hylera takes a few steps backwards and points towards the tree. Our deal is concluded. Her gaze shifts back to Orin.
And what will the three of you do now?
Our missing sister. She must prepare to come back to this plane. Then we will sit, we will root, and we will wait until the time is right.
Do you know where she is?
The two figures look towards Sisby. She nods. It will only take a small amount of time for me to relocate. We had a short discussion and decided that where I stay is not the best idea, although there's not a lot I can do about that. Thankfully, Saya has offered some of her acolytes to assist some of your brethren. She extends a hand outwards towards you, Warren. We will sit, we will wait, and we will charge, and draw as much power as we can from that accursed beast. hopefully to stem the tide before you mortals have anything to do with it.
Why do you draw power from the beast?
As Sispy said to you, something's coming. We are not entirely sure what. But the entirety of existence seems to feel it. Ripples and waves. Some kind of underlying humming almost. Getting louder and louder.
Duke just kind of elbows Orin and is like,
Tell them about your vision.
When we were on the fire plane, we saw each of us had a vision. Well, some of us. We had a vision of pillars of fire. First 3 for myself, and then a 4th and a 5th that combined to one. Would that be safe to assume that's your 4th sister?
The molten collection that covers across the 3 sisters suddenly changes to a deep shade of blue across the 3 of them. They try their best to temper their anger, but it is very clearly worn across their face. And even the mention of a 4th. We have tolerated the one that forgot. We will not tolerate any other mentions. They suddenly calm down. You watch the flames switch color again. I am... Apologies, it is a difficult subject.
Jocher's gonna mutter to himself, Ravenlow? Just enough to like unconsciously loud enough that they'll hear. And then he's gonna look at the place that's now covered up where the symbol on
Board Game House, thank you for the raid. I just saw that.
Sorry,
Thank
we
you
were
for
like
the-
deep in shit.
We are in. Yeah, we are in.
We were so deep in my backstory, I was like feeling it. Like I feel the clench in my chest.
Feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. Feeling it now. No. No. No.
No.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Oh my god. Well, it was fun playing.
Oh no.
Okay.
sorry.
Frick. Alright.
Quick question. Did they get mad about Orin asking about the 4th sister, even though they were just talking about her?
Or were they mad because she was forgotten?
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, the Forgotten was that like, oh well, we'll let it.
They were
slide
mad
this time.
about the fact that Orin mentioned the 4th sister.
Who still doesn't have a name.
And they said
Well, I'm not gonna ask now.
we have tolerated the one that forgot. Was what they said.
Mhm.
And as soon as Jotra then said the name of the god who is currently still etched onto his hand, they again in unison just passed their hands off. He has nothing to do with this. Although I must say that's an interesting tattoo choice.
You know it is. It really is. What's the name of? Read the story. How did she get lost?
Just let
Soup backs away from him.
They're just gonna like pull his hand over Calamos and just be like,
Diana.
They look across you again. You have the answers. You carry them with you. They turn towards each other. It was good to have us all together again.
Pardon me asking, who is the one that forgot?
Ironic that the one that forgot. The question of the one that forgot comes from the very person the question is aimed at.
help her out. What did she forget? I mean, besides everything, like something really important. We don't have the pieces. If the pieces are in the wrong language, I don't. I'm gonna shut up. Just gonna sit down. Like kind of like back up.
You know who you serve.
I don't.
They turn towards each other again. You watch as the flames and magma around them begins to fizzle out. They begin to shift and become slowly incorporeal. As they repeat, you carry the answers. We must rest. We must train. We must be ready.
But so
Don't.
Jojo's gonna turn to Aridin. He's gonna go over and he's gonna pick up Ashtalar and put her in her hand. I don't. It's so rude. Sorry.
As they begin to slowly dissipate, they almost seem to have another discussion in their heads. As one of them slowly points a finger upwards towards Soup's back. And with that, the three aspects vanish. Chimera almost is pulled backwards, almost as if a tether has been pulled and is ripped back into the tree. The other two individuals simply dissipate and vanish.
Those book.
So, what? Why'd they point at the your back?
He looks at you and he's just like,
Must be something I ain't read yet. But I ain't bringing a book out in here. It's too hot.
I mean that. Want to know though? So if you need any help, let me know.
It just happened.
Well, I think there's something that you're not remembering. That
Clearly.
that involves them as well. Perhaps the fourth sister.
Maybe.
You don't remember a lot.
Or anything.
It could be the magic Harnum.
I don't know.
Or
about-
something else.
What if Hothen followed the three sisters and something happened where one of them was restricted to a mortal body or something, and then you didn't want to take them in? Maybe that was the powerful being that convinced you or something like that. I think we should try to find Hothen. Maybe that's why they felt like because you stood by one of the sisters or something, that's why they tried to put you back together. I don't know. There's too many questions, too many variables, too many unknowns.
Joker. You're too smart for this.
What?
Think too much. They said it's in the book or somewhere in my bag. Well, look at my bag.
Of course, yeah. Well, but oh yeah, of course. I'm sorry.
Maybe we should get out of the volcano and head back to town.
Well, we should get out of volcano, but where to go next after that? I think we should.
Probably Yilton first, and then from there decide where we're gonna go.
I got a meeting there.
Oh, that's right.
That
Do you wanna
there
talk about-
magic condom guy.
You sure you want to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I just heard the Kool-Aid man. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
As they're going up, Jotra's gonna be like, I actually did used to be part of it. If you have any questions, I can help.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, yeah.
Yeah. Brother.
Watch your man with his pickled fingers.
And the
Oh my
cream of the
gosh.
crop.
And we're derailed again. Anyway,
Yeah, and we're gone.
3 minutes. Oh man, I need to blow off some steam for a second. Sitting there the whole time. Okay.
So, you have a bit of a travel out of the volcano if you did want to return to Yilton in order to camp and discuss your next move. You would probably, looking now, you appear to have come back into the material plane at around about just before sunrise. If you wanted to go ahead and do the entire trip without stopping, you'll definitely get there just before nightfall.
Jotra's going to suggest just doing hunting things on the way, since food is money in Yilton, and so if we see anything, just kind of going after it and taking it down might be really good. And with Soup's ability to turn any meat into deliciousness, just whatever pops up.
I was going to ask, did we run across any Kruthic?
You run across once you get past the border, quote unquote, that you encountered beforehand, where the animals stop around Faith. You head out. You run into a few more Kruthic. You run into a few blink dogs. You run into some just general critters, some fire beetles, that kind of thing. You can definitely collect screw. You collect 16 sets of rations.
Oh my. Alright.
Nice.
All right.
Make it
As
rain,
you
make
have-
it rain. Instead of making it rain dollar bills, it's just like spaghetti. Sorry
You see,
for who I am.
Never apologize for that, ever.
you see more. I say more. You see another smaller pillar of smoke as you approach Yilton.
That's
As you
concerning.
turn around the corner, the first thing you see is a charred wagon that appears to have recently been put out. You hear the hustle and bustle inside of Yilton far more than you've ever heard before. And the closer you get around the walls of Yilton, the more you see refugees. You see groups of people, scratched up, dirty clothes, some of them burned. You see what remains of broken wagons slowly being brought in, and there appears to be still a steady stream of people. Not one by one, but these broken groups that appear to show up every kind of 10 minutes as you're heading in. The gates are wide open, heavily guarded, but wide open. They appear to be too busy with the refugees themselves to be worrying about you. As you step inside Yilton itself, where once you saw these rundown marketplaces and tents, we are now staring at nothing but makeshift tents, broken pieces of wagon that have been recreated as shelter. You see healers running around left, right, and center. And suddenly, someone begins to step forward, past you all, stepping inside the gates, deliberately nudges into Eridan with an elbow, and just says, "Fat lot of fucking help you," and carries on forwards.
What did they say?
Fat lot of help you.
It was
Is
too
this
British.
Is that Tom?
the orcish guy? Is this the... Shit.
What did I
Oh
do?
yeah, the orcish.
Do we recognize this guy? He's not the...
Yeah, do we recognize him?
He was on the outsides of Brain is here. Zatane, the guard who let us in.
This, to save you some time, this particular individual... it's not Byron now. This particular individual you would recognize as one of the people that was kept inside of the inn to keep safe inside of Zatane. And as you're looking around, you spot across the crowd more and more people that you recognize from Zatane.
Can we start looking around for, shit, I forgot his name now. The shifter.
Tom.
Tom.
I want to go up to, I don't know, was there... I was going to say a guard, but I feel like they're busy. Can I walk up to someone who doesn't look like they're going to spit in my face?
There are a few residents of Yilton themselves, or so you would jump to that conclusion, considering that they don't look at you with an outright vitriol as soon as you step a few steps towards them. There appear to be a few people creating some makeshift houses, still trying to prepare for the complete onslaught that they've received.
Interesting things being built is gonna go over and helping with mending, with design, and pointing out where it can be enforced. How to basically get the most out of the supplies and stuff that they have, and then so help as much as he can and get the most people out of.
Oren, as you take a look around, you see a makeshift medical tent. There are multiple guards and multiple individuals who have either been slashed open or appear to have some kind of spine sticking out of them. There are clerics and medical personnel on hand in order to make sure this is happening, making sure that people are okay, making sure that people heal to the best of their ability. Unfortunately, there is already quite an egregious pile of those who did not make it past this. As you're taking a look.
So these wounds and the spikes that are sticking out and everything, like, is this something that I would recognize that it's Kruthix, or?
The spines you would recognize as Kruthix, yes. I mean, slashes are slashes, but yeah, the spines specifically are definitely Kruthix. You actually see one being pulled out, and you see this viscous, mucousy-like liquid that appears to cover the spines.
Yummy.
You take a look further and further, and there's what appears to be some kind of alchemical desk. Rather hastily put there's a load of different ingredients and a large collection of books that appear to be open. An individual appears to be just messing with something inside of a glass vial. Dax, Would you like to introduce Blink to us?
Sure. So what you would see is a woman, appearing human, long black hair, relatively pale skin, amber eyes. Her clothes are normal traveler's clothes, pants, linen shirt, but everything is black for some reason. She has a hooded cowl that is down, and these really, really high leather boots. Like, we are talking knee-high army boots kind of thing. She is not somebody that appears to take any shit.
All right. So, Blink, you were caught up in one of the waves of refugees. For some reason, there was this pull, just briefly, that you needed to stick with these people just for a little while. Being able to see that a lot of these people have been injured by creatures that have or secrete some kind of poison, you decided to put your expertise to use and see if you could come up with either some kind of antidote, perhaps, or maybe a way to weaponize it against people, or against creatures, rather. Oren, as you notice this individual before you, you get a strange sensation. A sensation that you're being watched, almost. As you take a look to the side of Blink, laying in the bed, heavily scarred, heavily scratched, with two spines sticking straight out of his plate armor. You see an unconscious Torn.
No. Sorry. I hate this.
Oh, by the sisters, fuck. Excuse me. Hi, my name's Oren. Do you look like you might be some kind of doctor? Is there anything you can do to help this man?
Is Oren talking to me?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. Just this is what I get for taking notes while people talk. I'll stop messing with the vial. Slowly turn to the halfling. I'm sorry. You think I am a doctor? Oh, that is so sweet. No, go along and mess with one of the healers, my little one. How much for this? I'll turn to the person that's manning the desk.
How much for? You want to buy it?
Why not?
He kind of looks around the situation he's in, turns to make sure no one's watching, slowly puts up 3 fingers discreetly, and then holds a hand out.
I'll go to scratch my back, and from a hidden compartment pull out 3.5, and I'll slide it towards the vendor. For your trouble.
He greedily and quickly takes the money from your hand, pockets it.
Is Oren still standing there?
Yep. And he just saw that, and he's confused now.
So I'll turn around, look down, notice that Oren is still there. Yes?
You're interested in potions? You don't work here? Obviously the city's been attacked or something. That's my friend laying in that bed right there. Do you have anything you can do to help him?
Well, now that's an interesting question, though, isn't it? I mean, I could help him, but it is probably not the help you want. Oh, you look so sad. All right, now I'll go over to the person that Orin is pointing to, and I'll give him a look over. It starts out as mostly show for Orin's benefit, but then I start to actually really look this person over, examining the wounds, examining anything that might be oozing from said wounds.
Mm-hmm. So you see before you a well-built shifter. He is probably the most unique shifter you've encountered. You've seen a few in your travels, but this individual appears to have 4 eyes. You see the large, regular eyes, and then just next to them appear to be 2 peripheral sets that stretch across. His eyes remain open even though he is very much unconscious. One peripheral eye has kind of slanted down, and that is where Orin felt the strange feeling of being watched. The individual appears to wear a holy symbol across their shield, which has been propped up by one of the other staff members to the side. They appear to be, as you're slowly checking, they appear to be more wounded by the attacks they have taken rather than the poison that has been inflicted. The body almost seems to be not necessarily resisting, but more resistant, if that makes sense. While there is still very much problems and there's still very much damage there, he'll live.
While this person is looking over Ton, Orin's gonna kind of run out to the edge and Aridin, Georgia, Soup, come on! I found Ton. Let's go. We need your help. He's hurt.
Oh, on the contrary, he'll be fine.
While that was happening, and I approached this stranger who's not going to spit in my face, I wanted to ask them what happened.
We're just workers. No one's told us. All we know is that a few days ago we got a stream of, well, all of these people. As if a goddamn village has been emptied out and put straight into our laps. We were struggling here enough as it is. Half of us aren't able to leave. Let alone this.
You haven't overheard anything then?
No, we haven't had a chance to overhear anything. We've been too busy building all of these places. People have just been screaming or crying or dying. That's all we've had.
We'll do what we can to help. What can we do?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. At the moment, with this city not having any kind of leadership, Clinton's been running the place.
Is he not here?
He's here physically, but he only pretends to care about this place. If he really did, he'd go ahead and put some of his wealth into, the hands of the people, but we're starving in the first place, and now all of a sudden we have half a city full of wounded and injured refugees.
We'll see what we can do.
Good luck with that.
And I think at that point, that's probably when I hear
Mm-hmm.
Orin. So I'll turn and take off.
Yeah. As
As
the three
they
of you go ahead and approach. I was just going to say, as the three of you go ahead and approach, you see this individual with I imagine probably with a small smirk across her face, as Orin is freaking out a little bit.
Do any of you have any healing spells left? There's fucking...
Yes.
I thought that there was a doctor here. She can't do anything about it. I don't know. I need help.
Little halfling.
Gonna
Little
slap.
halfling. I need you to relax. Your friend is injured, yes, but it is not damaged by the poison.
He's actually pretty tall for a halfling. He'll slap Cure Wounds onto Ton. And then Jotra's just gonna walk and like everybody he sees that's unconscious and like super close, he's just gonna spend the rest of his spell slots casting Cure Wounds until he's out. And but his Cure Wounds looks a little different. It isn't just like a kind of lay on hands thing. He has like this little spool of kind of like cloth, and as he pulls it up, the bottom of the gauntlet where his Calamos pops out of, he kind of like, as he pulls it across, there's this pump that puts like this healing salve onto it, and so he kind of like pulls it and then just puts it across obvious wounds, and then flicks his wrist as one of Calamos's tools on its wings just flicks out and cuts off the end of the end of the spool as he's going.
I was just about to say that he'll be fine, but all right.
Oh, that's good.
Ask for my
actually.
help, and then you don't appreciate it. I see how it is.
Well, no, I was just telling you he's average height. For well, actually, he's a little taller than average height for a halfling. Now, I would be short for rock gnome, known as the Verfneblin. But you know, just information. Thank you for the information. I trade, and he's gonna
You
go
healed him.
and, huh? Oh, a little bit. Kind of pokes Tom.
Well, no, you.
Tom likes him.
I'm sorry. I don't believe I've cut your name.
Oh, well, that's easy. It's because I didn't give it.
Oh, I'm Jotra. That is a little bacon.
I'll
Jotra Quill Sharpener.
tentatively reach out and shake Jotra's hand.
Like a limp handshake.
No, I mean it's a good, strong handshake, and then I realize that I'm probably being a little too rough, and I ease up a little bit.
Jotra shows he only is like, and again because he's been learning fierceness, so he's like.
Jotra is that one meme of the baby, like.
Yeah.
I see that. I totally see that. Mhm.
It is the best description of Jotra I have heard so far.
10 out of 10.
Next quick question.
Yeah.
So Blink, you said she's in traveler's clothes?
Yeah, I mean pants, linen shirt, hooded cowl, but everything's black.
Okay. Does she have any weapons on her?
You can see a short sword.
Okay. While they're talking to you, Soup is just going to like walk around you, like give you a assessment. He's just like, he goes,
I like your sword.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, you would be who?
he walks away.
That was.
Soup, like the food?
No, like the sound an arrow makes when it's soup. That's what he said it.
Oh, see, it's soup. I was expecting. All right.
Well, he makes really good soup too, so I mean, he won't disappoint on expectation. You know what
My
happened
name's
here?
Oren.
That's right. The one who called me a doctor.
Well, I figure you're standing in a triage tent. You might be a doctor. You were spinning a vial around like it was
Oh,
important,
that's what
so
that was.
I thought it was medicine. I made an assumption. I apologize.
Well, I haven't been able to exactly examine it just yet, so I don't really know what it is I bought, but it looked interesting.
Must be pretty important if someone from Yilton is going to pay for it, or accept payment in gold.
Hmm.
Normally here they just deal in food scraps.
Well, beyond that, also I can help you figure out what it is. Maybe I'm good at that sort of thing.
I'll kind of quirk my head down towards Jotra, and I'll give just a little bit of a half smile.
I think Aridin is standing back and watching the chaos just unfold.
Like, what is your passive perception?
Me? 16.
Pretty good. Okay.
Good.
So
Just
I
curious.
like it.
as you go ahead and look towards Jotra, you give Jotra this small half smile. And then the slightest whiff of something passes under your nose, and it takes you off guard. It's a smell you recognize, but it is incredibly rare. You take a moment to kind of mull it over in your head. You've never used whatever the smell comes from, but you've certainly encountered it before.
As this smell starts to process in my olfactory senses and I start to think about where I've smelled it before, Jotra would notice that the half smile becomes this wide smile. It's actually a little frightening.
Jotra, it's a passive insight of 9. He's just gonna smile back. But his passive investigation is 18. Can I do an investigation check or passive look at Dax to see if I can figure out like what she's equipped to do? A good like guess.
You can certainly try.
Let's find out. No, I can't. That's a natural one. Jotra's just gonna keep smiling.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
You're
it's
within
not!
30 feet of me.
Yeah!
As you're kind of like you're trying to look, you catch eyes with Orin and he just winks at you.
So that is a 16 plus 8 for 24.
Okay.
We
Even
love
with that,
to see it.
there's not really a lot on show right now.
Sure.
It's an individual pretty much clad in covering black outfits. They're clearly armed, so they're either a traveler or they, perhaps, I don't know, they seem to be pretty well versed in whatever they're talking about. So they're skilled in something, but to what degree you're still not entirely sure. You don't have enough information to actually work with it.
So, okay, so I don't want to metagame, but like me as a player, I was like, oh, somebody who knows about how human bodies work, but they're not interested in healing them. Maybe they're interested in hurting them. Would 24 be enough to make the leap for Jotra?
Imagine without the capacity to they've very clearly made sure that they're not a healer.
Yeah.
They've kind of done that. Perhaps you could make that leap, or perhaps you could say
Well, there's
they
still
may
so many
be
things
a
that could
trader,
mean.
or I was
There's
gonna
so many
say,
things
yeah.
that could mean like he's not like so basically he's just gonna be like so his brain's gonna be like, okay, you know, soldier, like there's all of these things that it could mean, but he just is kind of that's where he's at, and so he keeps smiling back because he doesn't she saw no signs of being mean or bad because his passive wisdom is 9 and he's hanging out. Smile back at you.
Aridin is standing off to the side, you said, right?
Yeah, she hasn't quite found a way to like. I feel like she was like the last one to show up, so she hasn't found a way to like. So she's kind of just like standing off to the back a little bit.
Out of curiosity, is that gorgeous creature with you? And I kind of look over at Aridin.
Oh, yeah, that's Aridin. Aridin, come meet. Oh, I forgot your name already. What was your name?
I didn't say.
Oh, sorry. That's good. I didn't forget it then yet. What's your name? I'm sorry. I can introduce you to Aridin. That's Aridin, by the way.
How about this? You can call me Blink.
Okay.
Aridin, this is Blink. And then then Jojo's gonna like turn to Aridin, and then he's gonna like kind of like bring her down and whisper in her ear, and he's gonna be like, "She said you were gorgeous, by the." And then he's gonna turn around and be like, "Blink, Aridin, Blink."
Aridin is a little flustered.
Aridin or Cole?
Yes. Like, oh goodness. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, yeah, Aridin will kind of hear Jojo be like, oh, okay.
Just gonna give you like a little.
And
We're turning back.
Aridin will hold out her hand. Pleasure to meet you.
I'll take a second, just like I did with Jotra, and I'll eventually put my hand out, and you feel this really firm grip and a single shake.
It's okay, it's Aridin's prosthetic arm, so.
That's fine.
It doesn't really matter. What were you? Did you come in with the refugees, or were you already in Yilton?
I suppose you could say that I came in with them. You know how when you can get caught in a river and you kind of just get pushed along?
I imagine, with that many people, it was probably easy to get caught up in all the commotion.
Yes.
What happened?
The rest of you don't seem to be part of the refugee camp, though.
No, we passed through a while ago.
What day is it? Yeah.
There's a slight grumble as you hear. Must have been an awfully long trek for you to be asking those kinds of questions.
Oh, hi Tom. You look like you're feeling awful. I'm sorry I don't have any more healing, but are you okay?
Oh gosh, Ton! I'll walk over and I will take my prosthetic and place it on his shoulder, and the gold trim sort of glows as I give him a 3rd level cure wounds, which is probably a stupid idea. Huh?
Jotra just spent all of his spell slots healing. Well, he has no idea who they are, so you know. You save yours, because Jotra's not smart enough to.
He wraps a hand around the 2 spikes that are currently embedded into him. You watch as he gives it a slight tug and just okay. No, not yet. Not ready. Not yet.
Wait. I am going to pull a pair of black leather gloves out of my bag. All right, now somebody said they have a way to heal. I'm gonna look around at the group.
I do.
All right, I am going to pull. You be ready to heal. Okay. I'm gonna look down at this shifter. I would say I'm sorry, but I don't think that is going to excuse the pain you are about to feel. And I'm gonna grab the spike and yank it out.
As she does, Jotra from the other side. Oh, by the way, Tom, this is Blink. Oh my god!
And with that, I'm gonna do the healing. Big old heal. Please don't roll all ones. Oh no, that one fell. Ooh. I can't roll on the desk. Roll on the desk. That is a D10. That's why. D8. Anybody? D8? Nope. Okay.
I'll roll it for you. Here we go. It's a 6. No.
Did you really?
I did roll a 6. Yeah. I was just...
I rolled 2 6s.
Yes. Nailed
6
it.
times 3 is 18. Look at me. I'm so good at math, y'all.
You watch as Torn closes his eyes and grits his teeth as Blink goes ahead and pulls these out. He shakes a little before bringing himself to as the cure wounds begins to pulse through him. There's a deep sigh that leaves him. As you pull your hand away, Eridan, it is currently covered in blood.
I figured as much. Given
looking a little closer for you specifically, as you're the one who kind of went and touched, you can see across his side, like underneath, are further wounds he appears to be lying on. He is not in good shape.
What the hell happened to you, Ton?
What happened?
Thank you, Blink. Can I see that? And he's gonna take the if you give it to him.
I'm gonna shake my head and hold it up.
And then Jotra is actually gonna really like. But you see the smile across Jotra's face, and he's like, "Gotta figure it out together."
You're not properly equipped.
Oh, but I. And he flicks his hand forward, and you see like all of these tools flick out from this winged creature, this metal winged bird, and there's like all of these tools, and he's like, "And I'm very smart and very excited." Okay, and he flicks it back, and he just goes over before you can reply, because he just assumes you're gonna say no at that point. And he turns over to Todd and waits for the reply, because he's a little weirdo. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize. I'm loving
Okay,
Jotra.
good. I don't know. It's been a long. I've never played Jotra with new people, so I'm like, I feel like I have to explain him a little. So okay, good. All right.
Just let it flow. Just let it flow. It's fine. Fine.
All right.
I will say in response to that, I will probably just take out like a little knife, scrape some of that fluid off into a vial, and then I'll walk over to Jotra and offer the spike.
Excellent. And then he's gonna sit down and he's gonna pop open his notebook. The cat is back, and he's going to pop open his notebook, and then he's gonna sit and examine it. And he's even going to he's gonna take like his sword and he's gonna do a cross section. He's gonna try to figure out like he's gonna look for any injection glands. He's going to look at to see if it's innate part of like a chemical reaction between the between blood and everything. So he's just gonna start examining this thing so we can do it while he's listening to Tan, and then write down his findings as he goes.
This entire time, Soup has just been grabbing like bits and pieces to put together like a table of some sort. He's been taken back to his mercenary camp days, and he's just trying to put together a way to feed people.
All right.
What do you do?
Sure. Why not? Yeah, Soup, you see a small mess tent set up. You actually see it's currently unmanned, so you can literally just go ahead, pull out your tools, and get to work straight away, essentially. You notice someone goes ahead and walks in, sees you, just kind of nods, and slowly backs out of the tent.
He's like holding a knife kind of menacingly as they walk in. He's just like big, like toothy smile while he's like standing on like a little bit of a stool or something. You know? He's just like, yeah. Setting up.
Yes, Joshua. So what exactly are you trying to get out of this nature check?
So basically, if I can figure out what the nature of the poison, what it attacks, and why they break off spines into things, like do they regrow the spines? Is it how much does it cost? Is it like a bee when it stings? Does it cost them their life for the protection of a hive? How much this can tell me about the creature itself?
Okay, so you've already seen the spine attack before.
Yes, yeah, but I want to.
When the caravan was attacked, you saw the spines regrow, so you know that they are some kind of ranged weapon that has been developed just by evolution, essentially. As to the nature of the poison, it seems to, as you're kind of checking over the wound, it appears to just kind of eat through and corrupt whatever's around it, almost as if it's some kind of enzyme that is slowly beginning to soften the tissue around it. You assume perhaps Perhaps it's a kind of enzyme that aids with digestion.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
As you take this information, you begin to be, you kind of begin to check some of the other people who appear to have been struck and some of the bodies that appear to have been struck. You can see that this poison has actually been far more vicious to them than it has been to Torn. To the point where on some of them, the color of the blood almost begins to change to kind of this yellowish color.
So it's this acidic sort of thing that breaks down the compounds of the blood and the skin and all of the cell walls to liquefy, I guess. It's a liquefaction sort of poison, sort of.
Yeah, it's not quite acidic per se, but it's definitely it's breaking down something, not totally, but breaking it down to an easier component. You can see with the blood as well, specifically, the blood has actually been parted. So what seems to be there is plasma, and the red blood cells appear to have been pushed out of it by the poison.
Is it magical in nature?
You haven't sensed anything from the Kruthic of the arcane variety. You assume this is a biological adaptation.
So, I'll wait for Ton's thing, but afterwards, Jotra's going to.
Okay.
Or I can do it now, just because Cole had to stand up for a second, if you like.
Yeah, definitely.
So, as Jotra's looking at this, he's just going to be out loud to blink his back. Okay, so it is some sort of breakdown of organic matter and everything, so if that is the vial that you bought, it would be very helpful as a poison, well, especially if it's applied to a blade of some sort. If that's the thing that you do, I don't know. But as far as the attacks go, the spines have been broken off and they regrow due to some sort of... it does seem to... The hygienical regeneration does seem to have some sort of magic, because to grow like that naturally is very strange. But this is very interesting. I didn't know how awful these actual wounds would be, because they actually appear to almost preemptively decay the inside to the outside by attacking red blood cells. It's rather interesting, don't you think? And then he's gonna smile, and then are you smiling back, or are you what the fuck? Smile back. And then as you smile back, he's just gonna nod right?
You said your name is Jotra, right?
Jotra Quill Sharpener. Yes, that's me.
Do you happen to know a Davros Fizzlebeck?
Davros Fizzlebeck? Do I know a Davros Fizzlebeck? I cannot remember. That sounds oddly familiar.
Roll a history check.
Oh no. Things are happening. That's really well today. 18 plus 8, 26.
Okay. The name is past your desk. During your initial training, you may have seen a few books that have been written by Fizzlebeck. I don't think you would have ever encountered them directly, nor would you have encountered them face to face. However, you've seen the name.
Would I know what the books were in association with?
Fizzlebeck is alchemical in nature.
So as he looks up, he's like, Davros Fizzlebeck. I've read some of his books about alchemical nature and things like that. Unfortunately, I got more into the tinkering side of things rather than the alchemical side of things, and so that's kind of where that happened. But what about Davros?
Oh, nothing. Just curious.
Okay.
Making sure he didn't say anything bad about her, that's all.
Oh boy.
So as this small discussion has happened and Eridan asked what happened, Torn begins to rustle a little bit and slowly, carefully pull himself so that he's sitting upwards. No help came. That's what happened. Kind of stares at you, your silence.
You've only been gone for 3 days.
We got you through to travel to Yilton. I gave you the information you needed, and the thing I asked was for you to warn Yilton that we needed men to get rid of this infestation. 3 weeks passed and nothing happened.
3 weeks? We were only gone but a few days. You were muted, Dax, but I heard, were you now?
Wipes away a little bit of blood across his lips. They still could have marched, whether it was a few days or a few weeks, and nothing happened. So clearly, you didn't do what I needed you to do.
Ton, I am so sorry. It's all my fault. I got so wrapped up that Kayara was a fucking volcano. We rushed off to the fire plane. We found Sisti. We reunited the 3 sisters. My God, man. That's all my fault.
Glad your mission went successfully. That's a good side of things, I guess. He's kind of saying... He's clearly in pain, but it's that slight kind of... Not mocking, but that slight kind of sting of... jealousy mixed with spite, almost, before he goes ahead and collects himself. We couldn't hold any longer. The city's been overrun. All because of that. He kind of begins to shake his head and grit his teeth. That smug backseat bastard.
What has he done?
He was the one that started all this.
He promised he was gonna help.
Fat lot of Albi he was. Went down to the first run he saw. Idiot's not good with a blade. Regardless, we emptied the city. We did what we could.
How was... Yilton barely has anything. They use food for barter. How are they supposed to help? I thought we were supposed to find somebody who could help.
He takes a look around. Food to barter is not new, considering the state of this place. However, due to a lot of these folks being kicked out of other towns or being sent here to work, there was a huge surplus of men here.
Sorry. When we arrived here, everyone was destitute and they were trading their own weapons for food. I don't know how much help they would have actually been.
looks at you in complete confusion. What? Trading their own weapons.
We bought weapons with food. I'm not even kidding.
This isn't the city. I know something's wrong.
What was that? How come the Magicanum is in both cities, correct? How did they send no weapons?
The Magicanum's in every city.
Yeah, how was it how was they not? I assumed that we were trying to find somewhere else that could help, not some place that had already magical communication between the two cities. What happened? Was it just the Kruthic? I don't mean just. I mean, was it the Kruthic alone, or was there an ally to them? Besides that fat fuck?
They had set up a hive underneath the city. This we already knew. What we didn't know is the fact that it went under the entire city. Layers and layers deep. And a hive queen had moved in. They were organized this time.
Stands to gain from it. Seems more than just a natural occurrence.
He stops and legitimately thinks for a moment. You see his eyes kind of tracing around. So he shakes his head and shrugs. The peripheral eye suddenly turns and looks towards Blink, as the rest of the eyes are still locked with Jodra. Are you the one I have to thank for the fact that I didn't die?
Yes.
The eye squints ever so slightly before looking away. He goes ahead and leaves a small pouch on the table, stretching up his arm very weakly, just leaving it on the alchemical table next to him.
Oh. You don't necessarily have to pay me for my services, but donations are always nice.
If you don't mind my asking, what was it that you did for him?
You remove the spike?
Well, no, before that, you did the thing with your...
Oh, I examined him.
Jodra's gonna smile. What was the first thing?
The first thing?
Yeah.
One kind of looks over, looks to the rest of you. There are healers around here. Just probably helping them. Kind of takes another look. A knowing one towards Blink and looks away.
I'll push the pouch back then. Never mind, I don't want it. Well, I'm gonna take a second. I'm still relatively close to Josha. I'm gonna, imitate, I'm stretching and moving forward and back, and as I do, I'm gonna be taking gentle whiffs to see if I can tell where that smell is coming from.
You get the slightest scent from Jotra's mouth, and you also get the slightest scent from a bag.
His bag? Or just any bag?
The slightest smell of metal is associated with it as you see the giant turtle that is currently following Jotra around.
Did you just call Pavasari a bag?
Yeah.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Okay.
I'll stand up straighter and I'll look at the rest of the group. Well, I suppose you might want to get that one taken care of. And I'm going to point down at Jotra.
I'm sorry, what?
Get you taken care of. I'm going to motion to my mouth, to your mouth.
Is there something wrong with my face? He's gonna like start patting himself. What's wrong with me? What's gonna happen?
What are you talking about?
Don't smell it.
No.
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
No.
I suppose I could offer my services. I might be the only one to help your friend. Perhaps the fates.
Accept. Help me. What's wrong with me?
Well, before you help him and we politely request your services, we'd like to know what we would need them for.
1 second.
Perfect timing.
I have to ask a clarification question from the DM.
Actually, do we want to take a quick break while we do that? Because I love to I have to pee so badly right now, and then
Yeah, we can go ahead and take a quick 5-10 minute break.
we will be
Leave on the
absolutely.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, on a cliffhanger.
What is the mysterious smell?
take this time to check out our wonderful sponsors, and we will be right back.
You can find them in the chat.
In the chat.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What's going on?
What's going
Welcome back,
on?
folks. We're going to go ahead and jump straight back in because our cast is itching to find out what's going on here.
Jotra's mouth.
So, where we last left off, we went ahead. That doesn't make me
said it.
entirely comfortable, but okay.
Just an honest question.
So, we fade back into Yilton, having this discussion between our party and our newest guest, as well as an injured Torn. As the discussion is kind of going, Blink has gone ahead and said, "Oh, don't you smell that? There's something around your mouth." To which Jotra freaked out. We're going to go ahead and go back to Blink here.
I'll look at the rest of the group. Alright, so you don't smell it.
Do I smell anything? Can I smell anything?
You do not.
Do you mind if I get down at eye level with you?
Oh no, get in there!
I don't want to look in your mouth, I just want to look at you eye to eye.
Absolutely, and I'll hop up on Pavasari to make it a little easier so you don't have to get all the way down.
Alright, I'll scrunch myself down just enough to be eye to eye with Joshua. Alright. I'm going to say this once. You've been poisoned.
Again?
Common occurrence for you, huh?
Unfortunately. Yeah.
It's been an interesting journey.
Can you help me? You said you can help me? You have an anti-venom? Do you know what kind of
Poison
I
ivy?
know exactly what it is.
Okay. What is it?
Well, see, that's the thing. My
is-
services don't come cheap.
Oh.
I was just gonna
I
say
mean-
it's very uncommon. So
All right. Well, it's pay or die. So tell me how much, so I don't have to die.
I haven't even asked her what this poison does.
Jotra wouldn't.
What do we get to know what to, I guess it doesn't matter what would you have in exchange?
Well, you see, I'm out traveling and exploring, and gold will do. I don't trade in food.
Okay.
How much and what's gonna happen to me?
Well, let's just say I'll offer a very deep discount because my services usually deal with people that can afford me. And no offense, but I don't think the four of you could afford me.
Not taken.
No,
How
definitely.
does 100 gold sound?
I agree with the kitty. Ask to Laura.
Okay. No.
That
remember
wasn't
not
Ash
to
to
be-
Laura.
Sorry.
Not to be poisoned. I will pay.
Aridin will easily just
Jotra's gonna hold up his hand. No, I got myself poisoned. I'll pay for it. And he's gonna pull out 100 gold and he's gonna pay Blink. And he's gonna be like, he's gonna pull out the gold and he's gonna like start counting it out like super quickly, but also super annoyingly accurately. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 89, 99, 500. There we go.
Aridin's gonna, can I sleight of hand 50 gold into Jotra's pocket?
you
Into
can
his pouch.
try a sleight of
Gotta
hand
beat a
against
9.
Perception.
That's the perception is 9.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Like Blink, I
8.
imagine Blink just taking stock, being like,
Can-
"Oh, you easily give up 100 gold. Oh, and you easily give up 100 gold."
And so as you go to slip it in, Jotra's just gonna like while keeping eye contact with Blink, he's gonna pull the strings tight on his coin purse and then pull it like, and so there's no way to get any gold into it.
Laura Bailey,
Obviously,
shut up.
I saw Aridin try to do that too, right?
I apparently I suck at sleight of hand. Everyone saw it,
Oh.
and that wasn't good.
Everyone. I
Orin
imagine,
is
like,
gonna grab your hand, and he's gonna take 25 of your 50 gold and put it back in your hand, and take 25 of his own gold and put it in, and he's gonna hold his hand out to Soup, and he's gonna say, "Are we chipping in for this? It's Jotra."
Well, Soup's not there. He's not here for this conversation. He's over in the mess
Yeah,
tent.
Soup's cooking. Soup's cooking.
I was gonna say that
He's cooking up
Soup
a storm.
sees her try to slip it in from the mess tent.
Yes.
Like, nope, nope.
All right, so that's not going to be an even 25.
It's
33. So he's
that
going to
was really
take
fast.
33 of his own gold and add it to, and take 33 and give it back to Aridin, and then give everything, and he's going to say, "Jotra, you take this because you're our friend, and we want you to get better."
Oh no, I got poisoned. This is punishment, so I learned not to get poisoned. Thank you though.
I would
but
appreciate
that's
if, when you get a curious idea in your head, if you run it by one of us first.
Oh no. See, this is the cost of my ideas. I pay for them, and I pay for them, but I pay for them because it was my fault of my ideas. That's the only way that I can be free enough to try them. So,
It's
thank you, but this is my I did this. Although, if I need
It's fine,
supplies later,
lad.
don't be surprised if I ask for gold because I ran out of gold because I'm a stupid guy who comes up with a lot of ideas.
no.
And he
right
gives you a
now,
big smile.
We're
at
all
that
gonna
point.
fucking split it now. Just take the damn money.
He just takes it, but okay, and puts it in his pouch.
He said.
Okay. Reach down 33 gold.
When did you get poisoned?
I don't know. What kind of poison is this?
Well, watching that whole exchange realizes I probably should have just given you the full rate.
We played off
All
your
right.
assumptions, I guess.
Too late now.
Right? Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'll take out a little notebook. All right. So you don't exactly know how it happened.
Mm-mm.
It's going to make it a little difficult to pinpoint where it came from, which is a bit of a bummer.
Did inhale a black smoke, which that's of any help.
I'm going to start taking notes.
Let's see. Stabbed 2 times, bitten by.
No, not.
There was a blade singing wizard who stabbed me. That didn't help.
All right. So let me ask you this, since you seem to be so intelligent.
You say that like it's exactly the consequences of being. Go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the Broken Veil?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
In this
I don't
particular case, I don't think you would have heard of Broken Veil.
No.
Broken Veil.
Quite interesting though. What is the Broken Veil or just Broken Veil?
Broken Veil, the Broken Veil, doesn't really matter now, does it?
Oh.
You see, and I'll look at the rest of the group for this. Your friend has been infected with an extremely rare poison. An enchanted poison at that. It's been a long time since I've run into that. And yes, Blink is smirking a little bit as she's saying this.
Could it have been the book?
Is there any way to tell how long this poison's been in his system?
Who has the cipher? Do I have it?
What does it do?
You gave it to Jotra last time I checked.
No. I always give her the book back. So you have the cipher in the book at all times. I just help you with it.
Okay, you would smell it on Eridan as well, then. Or Eridan's bag, more specifically.
I'm gonna pull out the cipher. I'm gonna turn to the redacted pages and show it to Blink. Is this what did it?
Blink, you look across the pages and you see across the redacted sections this kind of black coating that appears to have covered over a bunch of the pages. Even for you, it takes you a little while, but you definitely recognize this as...
I'll extend a single finger with my gloved hand and then retract as it comes to me. I'd be a little careful about touching that with your bare hands.
Oh, crap.
Well, you've paid. I suppose it's time for me to take care of this one. Now, there are lots of options, so you tell me what you prefer.
Oh, no.
We can end it.
You're not gonna... I don't want to die. That's no... Put that one
No,
aside.
no, that's not... Okay.
Eridan stands closer to Jotra.
I wouldn't pay for that. I could do that myself. It would do it to me.
So you want to go for the healing special. All right.
No, what does that do?
It heals you.
Well, that's good.
Little bit more complicated, but doable. One thought though, and I want to try and scrape some of this page off into another vial if I could. I don't know how much of the coating is scrapable.
If Jotra sees you try to do it, he's actually going to help you. So I can show her the way that I did it before using the Siren's Spear as a and then his tinkering tools. So he'll like, okay, so I used this, and I used this to kind of lift it a little bit, and then
by the sisters, are you crazy? And Oren's just gonna walk out.
where are you going?
I will not have any part of your fucking shenanigans anymore.
But it's not shenanigans. No,
No, you're scraping. Last time you scraped off that shite on the page, you got fucking poisoned.
Yeah, no, but this is for somebody who can help me counter the poison.
She's not Yunti. Are you Yunti?
Oh yeah, it turns into smoke and can poison you and kill you. Apparently.
Are you immune to poison?
Oh.
Eridan's gonna take she has like a sash around her waist. She's gonna take that off and just like gently put it over Jotra's mouth so he doesn't breathe it in, and then pull her collar up.
Oh, he's already affected. I wouldn't worry much about him.
Oh, okay. He kind of puts it and he ties it around back your head instead.
Nope.
Well,
immune, no, but
I'll stand outside. If you blow anything up again, I swear. Don't blow anything up.
I don't do it on purpose.
I feel like Lick is learning so much about our party right now.
I know, right?
I know it's so much of what you reveal to a complete stranger that you've just met and paid 100 gold to. I mean, it's fine.
Yep. Welcome to Jotra. It's awful.
And Oren, there's no
naivete abounds.
Oh yeah.
Eridan's just doing her best. That's it.
All right,
He's gonna
so
show you how to scrape a little tiny bit.
Okay. DM, can I successfully transfer some of this to a vial?
Yeah, using your proficiency in a poisonous kit, and considering your previous experience, you know, for this particular strain of poison, it's a slow process as you're making sure that not too much of it converts to gas. So you're going ahead and just doing a little bit, and then waiting, doing a little bit, and waiting. You probably won't be able to remove all of it, but you can remove a sample. You can remove enough.
Yeah, and that's all I really want. The rest of it is not really my problem. All right, so you asked what it does. So, Broken Veil. Anyone infected will have their, what was it? Thoughts and senses transmitted to the enchanter as it slowly kills the host.
Oh no.
As it what? The host?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't speak up loud enough. Slowly kills the host.
Okay.
This one's a ticking time bomb.
Let's go ahead and end that now. Let's go ahead and end that now. If we could, that'd be great. I'm gonna just start thinking of as many numbers as I can. Also, fuck you in there between.
No.
You imagine the poor bastard on the other end of Jotrin's brain going, what the fuck?
Link, as you take a look around the desk at what little alchemical equipment is there, you realize you have enough materials to suppress it, but to cure it, there's something currently missing.
Okay.
You're trying your best to take a look, and you're kind of maybe a little frustrated, opening up what little alchemical pouches there are. And there appears to be a gland of a creature that is missing, that you would need to complete the cure.
Gland?
Do I remember the name of said creature?
Tell me Soup has it in his backpack right now.
That would be great.
Is it an asholisk or an electric blue?
Slizzo.
Slizzo. Yeah, it's not a Slizzo. I actually need to pull out my own notes real quickly because I've forgotten. It's just come out of my head.
Jotra the entire time is just whispering 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, fuck you, 25, 30, 35, fuck you, 45, fuck you, 55, fuck you. And like, he's just trying to keep his brain entirely occupied.
Oh my
I will
God.
start to mix the concoction needed to suppress it. And do you need me to do anything for that, or is it just kind of like it happens?
We can roll a check with your poisonous kit, because why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it to it.
So what do you want me to roll? What is
If you can roll,
Intelligence check plus
Proficiency.
I was gonna say it'll probably be intelligence plus proficiency, realistically.
Okay.
If you wanted to go ahead and make a argument for Dex, I would let you have that as well. Just for the speed of actually getting to put everything together.
I'm okay with intelligence 23.
Yeah, you are.
Just casually,
I'm okay.
as you're going through, you and everybody else sees this. It is so casually methodical. Muscle memory just completely taking over. Within a few minutes, you've concocted the majority. It's about now that you remember. You need the breath gland of an obsidian dragon to complete this.
What?
I'll,
is that all?
right?
Sweet, cool.
It's nothing. It's fine. It's fine. I'll stop my little mortar and pestle, and I'll slowly look up at the group.
That's not a good look.
Oh, you saw that. Slight hiccup.
Oh no.
Sorry, I burped at the same time.
Oh my god, I thought it was soup.
I was like, did that noise come out of Jotra?
Sorry.
That's the obsidian dragon breath right there.
What was supposed to
Highlight reel
happen
for
was
next week. That is that moment
no.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I can make something to suppress the symptoms, and then that way poor Jotra isn't walking around counting and saying fuck you every 5 seconds. However, in order to complete the concoction and heal him, we need a tiny little teensy weensy detail that I can't get here.
The way that you said that implies that it is gigantic.
Well, no, the ingredient itself is teensy weensy.
But it sounds like it's a gigantic task to get it.
Depends. Do you have a breath gland on you?
A what?
A breath gland.
From?
Obsidian dragon? I'm gonna hand the what concoction I have created to suppress to Jotra and just kind of like wave the glass in front of him.
he's gonna instantly grab it and then drink it, and then he's gonna be like counting his like, how long? This take.
No. You know what Jotra should have been doing the whole time is a step and a crack and away it goes.
Oh my lord.
We all know what Cinder knows.
Which one of bet the enchanter just turned it on?
Yeah.
Just like,
As it's combating an enchantment rather than a proper full poison, the majority of the poison has already been pulled out, thankfully. So it is an immediate response.
Oh yeah, that's right. Most of it got pulled out. Forgot about
I will relay that it should be almost immediate.
Oh, good. After a statue, well then.
that. Glenda
Orin's
was-
gonna pop his head back into the tent and be like, "Have you all killed yourselves yet?"
No,
Not yet.
No.
Oh,
but
do you
this-
have a breath gland on you?
I'm sorry, a what?
A breath gland.
from an obsidian dragon?
Am I not speaking in common? A breath gland from an obsidian
a breath
dragon.
gland from an obsidian. No, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm fresh out.
Oh, isn't Soup making something? Does Soup?
He
does
doesn't
Soup
have it
it?
either. No, none of us have it.
You can
He
hear
has-
Soup yelling at people to go hunting for things
Slizoa.
because he's running out of supplies.
Hey, you! Yeah, you got a bow. Yeah, well, hey,
What? I just
go
suppose
give me some of this.
What? I need arrows. All right, fine.
He like hands like a bundle of arrows. To Scott.
Oh,
It's like,
all right.
Hardly use them anyway. Here you go.
I'll be right back.
what? More work?
What are we talking about?
All right.
You don't ever need NPCs,
Okay.
do you, Ray? Just let them do.
Oh, you brought back my memories from Warcraft 2.
Okay.
Soup's done.
Zog
It's done.
Well, I
Work,
suppose
work,
there's
work.
only one thing left to do. We're going to
good.
have to go get it.
I don't suppose you know where an obsidian dragon is.
Oh.
Silence was deafening.
I would love to know if Blink actually knows where an obsidian dragon is, because that would be amazing.
That'd be so convenient. Oh yeah, there's one just like right, you know.
We'll start with the easy question. What's an obsidian dragon?
I'm just gonna look at Orin and then Aridin.
He's from underground.
Oh no, I just want to
Probably.
make sure.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
obsidian part more than the dragon. I'm very confused. I didn't know that was the thing.
That I'm confused as well. I've heard of a black dragon, but obsidian.
It's a dragon made out of obsidian.
That is volcanic, which I guess I'm a little bit more comfortable with. But
I just
what
want
the
to know if it
fuck?
breathes glass shards. That's all I want to know.
Well, how prepared are you to fight and kill? And how willing?
Now.
I
You didn't
imagine.
fight in a fighting pit not too long ago. That was a thing we did.
I'm always up for a scrap, but against a dragon. Approach with caution.
I can almost guarantee that court intrigue is going to be more deadly than any dragon.
So we won't have to deal with court intrigue then, so that's good.
What intrigue?
Oh, nothing. Don't you worry about it.
But you said it.
Mm.
Just
What
a
is?
touch.
What are you referring to there?
Why is Soup not here?
To that
Soup
point,
could show up
Soup,
anytime he wanted.
Soup, you'll hear at that
He's
point.
busy.
You'll
Yep.
just hear from you'll just hear this little thing from their direction. Soup, quick question.
Soup is like in the middle of something and he's just like he sets his stuff down, takes his makeshift apron off, takes his little chef hat off, puts it down, steps down from his stool, comes over.
What?
Obsidian dragon. Do you know what that is? And do you have a breath grant of one by any chance? Because I'm poisoned by the thing that we need to kill, and that's what's the solution to it.
Do I know what an obsidian dragon is?
Roll a history check for me.
Okay.
Should I roll one as well, since I was asked if I actually know what this thing is?
I think I know what an
You
obsidian
definitely
dragon
can.
is.
Although the DC is going to be higher for you, more than likely, Blake.
That's fair.
26.
Yeah, that's fair.
19.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty good at history.
Gems,
you are.
especially large creatures, are not really your forte, Blink. However, you've definitely heard stories of. You obviously know what a dragon is. you've heard stories of slightly more unique dragons. More specifically, gem dragons. Soup. Gem dragons are pretty much how they sound like they are. They are dragons whose skins, instead of being covered in scales, are covered in gems instead. An obsidian dragon, specifically, is one with a very powerful psionic element. They are very good at psychic manipulation, as well as mind reading and other such psychic talents, which you would assume is exactly why a gland from it goes into an anti-venom for this kind of poison. They are relatively rare and tend to hang out in hot areas, which thankfully you are currently in. However, you've not seen them during your journey to the Faith, so you assume you may have to go ahead and dive into the mountain passes in hopes of finding one.
What sort of temperament are they? Do they have a reputation? Because Soup likes dragons. So the idea of killing one is, unless they're bad.
That is true. That is true. Obsidian dragons are incredibly intelligent. Okay. They are the most intelligent of all the gem dragons, and some obsidian dragons are known to be more intelligent than even ancient chromatic or metallic dragons. They don't particularly enjoy the company of anyone, not their own race and not anyone else. They are evil to the point of aggression, and evil to the point of almost a sadistic pleasure. If they do run across someone, it has been known for individuals to be tortured for weeks, months, perhaps years, in the hands of the obsidian dragon.
Knowing that, when you ask him if he has the gland of one, his eyes get really wide and he gulps.
That's not a good sign.
What do you want one of them for?
Oh, I'm gonna die without it.
What?
I'm gonna die if we can't find one and cure me of the weird poison that I inhaled for being a curious moron.
His knives are back there. He's just like,
I thought I cured you of that.
I thought so too. Gonna stab me with those things again, see what happens. It's more of like she says it's an enchanted thing, but you might have taken it out of my blood, but I got no other answers other than I'm gonna die soon without it.
He can't do that. He doesn't have lips. He just kind of sighs. He's like,
well, we're in the right spot to find one, but them kind of dragons are bad.
Sounds like fun.
That's a lot coming from you.
Okay.
Real bad. Maybe if we could find a little one.
Who would stand a better chance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
So
That
what,
all
we
you
just
needed?
go all about town asking, hey, have you ever seen a baby obsidian dragon? Let's...
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
Maybe if we find Clinkin.
Isn't he up with the Druids?
Is he still there, or has he... Fuck, we've been gone for 3 weeks. I thought it was 3 days.
Things don't all...
It was 3 days for us, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking and
Time is
making
different.
sure. Hi.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there's a lot.
Let me know if you need something else.
He like he takes off.
Back to cooking goes soup.
You see, he's like slowly been kind of moving backwards. Like, cool. This has been a good conversation. I'm gonna go now.
I have more important things to do.
Exactly.
Well, okay then. Guess
Okay.
we'll
We
just,
It's probably about now that you hear a cough.
Hey, Tom,
As
how you doing?
Torn's eyes just sit wide open at this entire exchange. He grasps across where his wound was. That was a lot of information to take in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost used to it at this point.
Well,
You've been busy.
That's putting it very lightly. Blink. How dire is this situation? Do we need to leave right now?
How long has it been since you ingested it?
2 days. There's no sun where we were, so about 2 days.
In this plane, it would have probably been 2 weeks.
DM?
I'm not sure how the planar time affects poison. For us, it was 2 days.
Very interested to hear this answer.
This kind of poison is more like a trigger. The way that it's enchanted with a very specific time frame in mind. However, that time frame does not stretch across every single version of this poison.
So here's the fun answer. You see, every enchanter that makes the poison has something specific that they want, some time frame that they're going to set out. And, well, it's a little difficult to tell. Could be any day, could be 2 years. Who knows? But I suggest your friend...
Does the timer still stick if I'm unconscious?
Yes. If you are interested in healing your friend, we are going to have to act fast and pretend like we don't have time to waste.
Okay.
Torn begins to slowly pull himself up from the bed. Begins to kind of stretch himself out as best he can. His wounds may have closed, but he's still a little battered and bruised as he quickly pumps himself with a little bit of lay on hands.
Can I get him with another second level cure wounds? I put a hand on his shoulder and he heals. Oh wait. It is a D8, right? Cure wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled. That's 10.
Cool. As you go ahead and do this, he turns towards Jotra. It's late. You should all get some rest. I'll go talk with the members of the Magic Harlem. They'll be able to find us that kind of creature. Or perhaps someone who has the gland.
Don't mention me or my name. Please.
Noted.
Speaking of which, you should probably be disguised at this moment.
So just gonna go over to Pavasari, and he's gonna pull the lid open, Pavasari's mouth open, reach in. He's gonna pull out the Wit's Whetstone, and he's drops it back in, and then he's gonna crawl in, and then just pull the turtle head over his, so he's just peeking out in between the mouth of the slightly open turtle, and he's just gonna be like.
Oh boy. Okay.
Does he do this often?
No! This one I'm gonna
No.
die.
Shh, turtles
Once
don't talk.
before,
This one.
if you're going to be in Pavasari, you have to do the Pavasari voice.
I don't want to do the voice.
Okay, that was it for me. I'm done.
Sorry.
Can't take it anymore.
I'm gonna head out.
I'm sorry, I had to.
No, it was fine. I
I'm glad
totally
you
loved
said
it.
it. I was thinking it, so I'm so glad you said it.
He's done it once before. When he gets really scared, he hides in his turtle.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
so what
Have
time
we
of day is
explained
it here?
to Dax as a player what Pavasari is?
Oh, no, this is more fun. No, Pavasari is a giant flying.
I've got an artificer turtle in my head. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah, it's an artificial turtle, but he's a sea turtle and he floats, and
Oh God.
his mouth is a bag of holding, and so that's why I open his grab things out of it.
And also be able to breathe.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have to hold on to the top. I can't just dive all the way in.
That is fantastic.
Suddenly, Joshua slips to the void.
Nah.
All
Paul
right.
nods again and begins to leave as he kind of points off to the side towards some of the makeshift tents. Get some rest.
Don, again, I'm terribly sorry.
I'm pretty sure that we told someone though.
You told some guards.
We told some guards, but perhaps that wasn't enough.
The way that you spoke, there's more to this story. Don't hold yourselves accountable for something you may not have done.
We'll do whatever we can to make it right.
He nods once, again to all of you, and then nods to Blink as well.
Not back.
He turns heel and heads off.
What
You
time
see
of day
him
is
grab
it?
one of the guards. Considering the amount of time you spend here, it's probably close to about 11 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. Do you
Okay.
suppose there's somewhere we can get a drink?
Muted Ty.
You see a small hand with a bottle pop out of Pavasari.
What are you offering me?
It's family's whiskey. It's Whetstone. It's good.
Oh, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, this one's nice.
Oh, it's
Don't drink the black bottle.
How big is this bottle?
It's actually a normal sized bottle because they run an inn in the city of Miracle.
Like that big?
750. It's fit.
Yeah, it's a full fifth. It's a
Okay.
big bottle. At this point, probably closing in on half empty.
I'll open it and I'll finish it.
Not done.
Oh,
That was delicious. I'll hand back the
That
bottle.
was the best whiskey we had.
He's gonna keep the bottle and just put it back in. It's good though, right?
A black dragon's in order. Therefore, a drink
Very-
needs to follow.
It's caring.
Okay.
Orin's gonna pull the crappy gin out of his bag and just take a swig. Put it back.
Aaron winces as you drink it. Ugh.
That's not great.
That's
But it's
pretty
better than the fucking
Don't we have
silence
like
chicken.
4 kegs in the bag of holding?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
we
have
have
some Wixard's Kick, some Silvershine Silky Ale. Like I got some good.
Oh yeah, we got some beer. For sure.
Don't give it to Blink.
Hey!
Actually, no, do give it to Blink. Maybe we'll actually find out information.
Jotra's gonna observe and see if the whiskey has any effect on Blink. Nobody drinks like that unless they have a plan.
Okay,
Slowed it
so
down pretty well.
We rest tonight, leave early in the morning. It's probably the best way.
Well, Ton shall return, and perhaps with word of this obsidian dragon, where to find one, maybe someone who already has a breath gland.
That would be the most ideal, but most people
Preferable.
don't keep that in stock.
As y'all are grouping together outside of the field tent, you hear this pot clang, blang, 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 blang.
Come and get it.
Soup's on. Come on, let's go. Let's get something to eat.
You see as this swarm of people begin to crowd around.
Aaron
All of
is
these,
definitely that person that sees the long line is like, oh wait, yeah.
I know that attitude.
You could definitely head
That's
over
the,
and share a meal if you'd like.
I think Airden hangs back, and I think if she sees anyone like needing help building any sort of shelters, or I still have 4 level 1 spell slots, so if anyone needs cure wounds, I'll use that. While everyone's getting food, I'm helping.
Has it been a day since the cooking competition?
It's been 2.
Oh, it's been 2. Oh,
I mean, you could consider it a week.
I think
that's true.
I think it's a 1-to-1, so like 1 day, 1 week. Because
I
we were
think
gone 3
that's
days.
kind of
and
In
we were
this
gone.
particular instance, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure it's
for
different
that-
for the other planes, but in this
But
instance,
to us, it's been at least a couple days. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
God.
and
damn
Orin
it.
will kind of like on his way to go and get something to eat. He'll see Aridin kind of like stopping to help out and using her magic, and he'll kind of look around and he'll hold his hand above the ground, and you see his tattoo light up, and the fire energy flows into his hand, and his hand turns to magma for a second, and he like forms this like figure, basically a magma golem that's about 1 foot tall. And as he releases it, he's gonna say, Greta, go help build some of these houses. And it's just gonna and start picking up stuff and start helping like build.
All right. Love it.
That is so cool.
I love them.
Thank you, Ray.
I
This
love
is
that
going
little-
on. You can go ahead and grab a meal together. It's a little cramped considering the current situation. You can go ahead and sit down. There's probably not a lot of opportunity to talk right now, unfortunately, due to the ridiculous amount of people. But as you go ahead and finish up your meals and you leave, you see the tent that Torn pointed out has been mostly left alone. You can go ahead and rest there for the night if you wish.
Mhm.
I feel like Soup might utilize Orin to make bowls.
Little magma bowls.
When you ask, he'll be like, I wish I could, lad, but I kinda, and he'll point out the tent to the like tiny little lava figure that's carrying boulders currently.
I actually think you see, as you turn, you see this thing going ahead and like spreading magma across like glue. As it's just slowly dragging across this section, it begins to solidify and it holds it in place.
That's so cool. Yes. We love to see it.
I'm sorry, lad, that's all I've got today.
I like to imagine.
He takes like a helmet that he found and like puts soup in it.
I like to imagine that Ash Dolores helping. I can see her on her hind legs with her little paws, just like.
She's trying.
Like stirring something with her tail.
Ew, that's unsanitary. Sorry.
Not with her tail, but like.
I mean, there's so many things unsanitary about this right now.
The helmet, don't even get me started, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, soup.
Oh.
So many surprises
like
for you. Unsanitary surprises.
Yeah. Tasty.
And all of a sudden, everyone has tetanus.
I will say that Blink probably would have gotten her bowl and then gone off and been alone. And unless people are approaching her, she's like, I've had my extent of human interaction for the day.
That's fair. Is there anything that anyone would like to do tonight before we go ahead and take a long rest?
Joker's gonna just panic for hours. Probably not sleep very well.
I think Eridan's gonna stay up not too late. But I think she wants to go through her spell book and see if she took notes about anything that would help her remember what the heck the sisters were talking about. Because that's kind of like her journal almost.
Are we all in the same tent?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think Orin will kind of scooch next to you. Do you have anything in there that maybe... Do you think you draw your power from Veka's moons? Perhaps, I don't know.
She furrows her brow and touches the moon symbol on her forehead.
I feel stupid now because I forgot about that.
Yeah, she's got a moon. I don't know. I've never thought about this.
If we kind of comb through it, is there any way to like see if like there's anything that I would just maybe sparks a bell that would like some association with the sisters? If I'm kind of like skimming through her spellbook.
The spellbook itself, it has the logo on the front, and then it has the descriptions of spells inside. I don't think you're really not versed in the arcane at all, so you wouldn't understand anything that's in here as you're looking through. Eridan, there doesn't really appear to be anything that trips your memory too much. There was the fact that a few spells in your spellbook suddenly just appeared with a white glow that was very unusual to you. But apart from that, there's nothing that quite sticks out.
No notes in the margins, no random journal entry, nothing.
Nope.
I knew you were not gonna do that.
As if the entire thing's been reset.
Hate that. Ooh, can I tell?
Probably not.
Had to ask. Had to try.
Must always probe the DM.
Oh, definitely.
She slams the book shut and shoves it away from her.
After everyone kind of gets a meal, Soup's going to kind of like teach a simple recipe to some of the folks that have helped him, knowing that he has to leave. And then he's going to go to the Magicanum as night falls and wait for them to leave, like come out the door. And he's going to see if he sees, I think it was Ethan.
Funnily enough, you don't see any faces that you currently recognize. However, this isn't too unusual, as members of the Magicanum tend to switch bases on a regular basis, as they can pretty much teleport from one base of operations to another. One embassy, almost.
He's just kind of like standing patiently, like outside the door, just like staring at everyone who comes out. He watches them go by, and he's like looking at the next person. After several of them go by, he gets the feeling he's like, maybe he's not going to see him. So he tries to stop one of them that comes out. Like,
excuse me.
And he like hops a little bit.
A Goliath gentleman kind of has stopped. Is a little taken aback. He's also a little nervous as he goes ahead and... Yeah? Can I help you?
I'm looking for Ethan.
Oh, I'm afraid he left a couple of days ago. He had some business to attend to, so he ended up being sent to one of the branches in Parthan. I couldn't tell you which, unfortunately. What was it you needed? Can I help you at all?
Just pass a message on for me. If you see him.
I can do that, sure.
He hands him like a small piece of like ripped off parchment, and it just says from the guy that shot you. And he hands it to me like,
Good night.
and it just says inside that he doesn't he won't be requiring education. He has sought his own.
He takes a look. Just one moment. He pulls out his spell book and just pulls this arcane energy upwards to his head. You see his lips moving just a little bit, muttering under his breath. All right. There, he knows. You said you wanted to send a message? I sent a message.
All right. Thanks. What was your name?
Gregory.
And he like sticks out his little claw.
Kind of reaches a hand out, and you realize it kind of... He's a big man. He goes ahead and just like encloses, even if just this one hand encloses around you a little bit. He gives it a soft shake, and then lets go, closes his spell book in his hand, and continues walking, a little perplexed.
He goes back to his tent and opens up a couple of books. The new Orbit book from Bo, and because he's very curious, maybe there's some answers in there. And then he continues reading a little bit into like Chrysal.
Okay. Before you dive into Orbit, is there anything that anybody else would like to do this night? Or are we just going to go ahead and wrap up and get a long rest in?
I ritual cast alarm.
Okay.
Filtra's going to go to sleep under pen. I very hear it, let anybody hear it. Gonna have a nice about just fucking everything. And so he's gonna try to just keep it to himself because he's trying to be brave.
No.
Orn will just kind of do his nightly meditation.
I think since Airden can't see you,
I'm gonna roll a stealth check to see if you see what he's doing. So that way.
No, I just think Aridin would send Ashtalora to Jotra anyway. Like, if you're still, like, in the bag of holding or, like, under him, I think she would curl up next to you.
Just do the cat hug. It's like a dog hug.
It's a Norwegian forest cat. It's as
Yeah.
big as you are.
It is. Yeah, and he's just gonna cry a little bit.
If Aridin
Too
can't,
quick.
if Aridin can't help, Ashtalora will help.
Aw. Blink, are we staying away from the rest of the party?
Oh yeah, yeah. I have exceeded my need for social interaction today. So
That's fair. That's fair.
Blink would have gotten in line. I would have gotten my meal, thanked soup before I even tasted it, which is unusual for her. Gone off somewhere as far away from massive people to eat, and then would have found a nice quiet place to hide and sleep.
Okay. Awesome. So, soup. At first, you go ahead and start reading this book, thinking that you're going to go ahead and maybe touch the other two at some point. However, there's something that catches your eye. You keep reading, you keep reading, you keep reading, and all of a sudden, everything makes a perfect amount of sense. This book tells of a story, an old story. You understand how gods are created in Vega. The fact that gods don't really exist, but if someone believes hard enough, then the energy takes form into that god. It becomes that god purely through will and manipulation of that energy. This happened with the core snake, an entity of supreme power. The core snake does not just exist in the material realm. An aspect of it exists in every single realm that has any kind of gravity. During this time, the core snake ended up coming into contact with 4 sisters. These sisters, primordial beings in their own right, were afraid of what kind of damage the core snake could do if it was allowed to roam free, and as such, they decided to fight back. The 4 sisters failed in this task. 3 of them bound to the snake itself. The 4th escaped. Years passed. The core snake demanded that the 4th sister be killed. A testament to her rebellion against the core snake. Sispi, Kylera, and Saya all took up arms against their sister Nyceria. The sisters, requiring soldiers, created an order known as the Crimson Wood. To combat this, Nyceria needed her own soldiers. And so was born the group known as the Lunas Sorritas. This group fought for years, decades, centuries. A completely endless conflict. So they thought. The core snake was attacked. By what entity we do not know. However, the sisters and Nyceria acted. The sisters rooted into place, creating a barrier around the world. And to protect it, Nyceria created the Guardians, the 2 moons of Vega, to orbit around this barrier, protecting the world of Vega and the material plane from whatever may assault it from the outside. As such, collectively the moons were known as the 4th tree, the sword and the shield. The book goes into further detail about the combat between the Crimson Wood and the Lunasauritas, until eventually the sisters pulled back. Nyceria did also. With her splitting into the moons, her power was weaker. As such, the Lunasauritas lost their way. Although they still worship Nyceria, they now serve a different purpose. The sisters went down their own path. Kylera, furious at not being able to protect her sisters, went into hiding, drawing power and creating reservoirs of energy. Saya looked after the Crimson Wood, brought them down a more peaceful route. And well, you already know the story of Sisby. As you're reading, more and more of this information sinks into your head.
I mean, Soup is just like blown away by this. He's just like, he just thinks to himself, I can't believe I had this book the whole time and hadn't read it yet.
Which book was this?
This is the book
Just
that Bo
got
wrote.
that book.
This is Orbit?
Mhm.
This is Orbit.
We've had it for like 2 days, I thought.
Yeah, no, we just got it.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's basically
It speaks.
forever.
It speaks as well of a demon. A creature. The one that made the deal with Sisby in the first place.
Oh, fuck.
He was tricked. Many people believe he's slain. And instead, Marthok rests, taking what little energy he has still from Sisby through the tattoos of the Crimson Wood across his body. No. And decided to pen a book.
No, I knew it! Oh.
And as we go ahead and take a long rest, we can wrap up there.
Oh, never be!
I knew I didn't like that guy. What? I really didn't fucking like Bo.
And so, the threads wrap together. Some of them, at least. Always fun to watch your players go, wait, what? All right.
I knew, but hearing it.
Yeah. No,
I just-
and like for me it was like, oh, like tell her, like I know she will never forgive me, and I'm like, which one? There are 3 sisters, dick. What are you talking about? And then
I always think of the Mrs. Doubtfire sign. Or the Mrs. Doubtfire scene. Where it's like, the whole time.
Uh-huh.
The whole time? The whole time.
the whole time.
Oh god, I haven't seen that movie in so long. Such a good movie.
Thank you so much for joining us, folks. We're going to do a quick round the horn here. Just let people know who you are, where to find you, and what you're doing. So, yeah, we're going to start with Ty.
Hi everybody, I'm Ty, hanging out, trying to get DM Emporium off the ground, so check it out if you can, dmemporium.com, FWRD, saves you 10% off of everything, 10% goes towards everybody here, amazing creators. Other than that, I run my own game on twitch.tv/Hitchhiker of the Mind tomorrow. We kick off at around 6:30 PST. It's not as regimented, it's much more loose, kind of just a bunch of people hanging out rather than this amazing collection of art and beautifulness that is this game. But I DM that, and then on Wednesdays you can catch me as Brand Heightstagger, the Fire Ganassi Echo Knight in the Beyond Amends campaign that's in the Critical Role setting of Wildmount over at Featherfall Tabletop. That's twitch.tv/FeatherfallTT. Other than that, just hang it out. Hit me up. We'll have a good time.
And how does it feel knowing that your poison is enchanted?
Well, I knew it would be. Like, I was like, well, that was too easy. You don't inhale magical whiteout. Just get off with a cure poison. Yes, yep, there it is.
What was it? What was it called again? Ticket.
Tipex.
Ticket.
Other whiteouts are available.
Whiteout is the American version. In the UK, it's Tipex.
That's a brand. Like how we say
Tipex is a brand, yeah.
Kleenex rather than.
All right. Sean.
Hi folks, I'm Sean, aka at NoTweetSean on Twitter. I am one of the admins over at Red Raiders. If you guys ever want to stop by there, there's a few cool people over there too. Love them. We got GURPS on Mondays at 8, Geek Attack, a D&D game on Tuesdays at 9:30. What else we got coming up here? We have gaming with Red Raider Fridays if you like to watch or play video games. Really interactive and chat with that. So there's all sorts of cool things coming up that I can't quite tell you about yet. One of the things coming up that I'm really excited about personally is I'm going to be running and playing for the first time Changeling: The Lost. It'll be my first World of Darkness game on the 24th at 9 p.m. Eastern. And all of that is on twitch.tv/Red Raiders. That was a lot of plugs. Sorry.
How does it feel to have Soup kind of be the repository of a lot of knowledge over the campaign so far? Yeah, with Soup being the book nerd. How does that feel?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. Soup is like, he's slowly but surely like reading things that are important. He's been all about stories and history so far, which is mildly important, but he's just like, okay, whatever. And then he's like, oh, this is directly related to what we are Yeah, he's gonna have a moment. Might actually see Soup scared of something.
Might also see some like steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah, he's reading.
Fabulous. Adam.
Hello, I am Adam. You can catch me at AdamHardyVO on Twitter and Instagram. Also, I do all the post-production for The Mind and the Martyr, so if you're just joining us, check out our podcast, our YouTube. If you happen to be, intentionally ignoring our show, for the fact that you didn't want any spoilers because you were going to play into it and join our game tonight. Check it out.
I don't like being called out, Adam. I don't like being called out.
I'm sorry, Dax. I absolutely love you, and but no, check out YouTube and our podcast. I throw the music from Sirenscape. And also like Frankenstein, some sound effects and stuff like that, and then throw it in there just to kind of enhance the experience. So check it out.
It's so good. You have to give it a listen. You have to.
How does Oren feel having finally met all three sisters in the same place?
It
as brief as it was.
As this entire journey to him, because he was very isolated, back in Green Hill. It's kind of like the Shire. And then the monastery, very isolated. Nobody really wanted to go anywhere and explore anything. And then it was like, you know what? You're restless. Go and do this thing. And he went and has now witnessed basically his 3 gods that he has worshipped and learned as heroes for the last 10 years, and to see them reunited once again, and they bowed to him, they bowed to me. Holy boy, the sisters, I can't even fathom it.
I think we literally watched Orin's brain melt out of his ears.
Yeah. that little lava figure, that was Orin's brain.
I'm just gonna leave this here. Awesome. Cole.
Hi. I guess this is me now. So you can catch me here every Monday playing Airden, having my brain broken. That's always exciting. You can also catch me here tomorrow and on Tuesdays for just a little while longer in the Gods We Know playing Capri, where I'm sure my brain will be broken again. It's all very saucy and spicy, so be sure to tune in. And you can catch me on, I did this backwards, you can catch me on, find me over on Twitter at Cole Moriel, and I do the arting sometimes when I'm not art blocked and having a hard time. Next Wednesday, I'm going to be in a Monster of the Week one-shot over on Encounter Roleplay, and I'll be playing a Snake Boy, and I'm very excited about this, so you should tune into that. And I'm also going to be in a one-shot with them again on the 30th. So it's going to be me.
Sweet.
This month.
What's the one-shot on the 30th?
We're playing, I think it's called the Red Masquerade. I don't have it in front of me, but it's a, it's like Asterios Games or something, but it's a all warlock setting.
That's cool.
And it's a musical inspired, and there's death metal and I don't even know, it's crazy. I was looking at the Kickstarter and it looks so cool.
Okay, you need to send this to me. I need to see a warlock death metal
musical nonsense.
Musical, fuck yes.
I gotta find it. I'll see if I can link it.
Sounds like Deathlock made Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god, it's the Doomstar.
Yeah, that's me. And my brain is so broken, so that didn't sound as as cute as it could have.
I was gonna say how do you feel, but Airden doesn't know yet, so
The real question is, what does Soup do with this information? Does he tell the party?
So
Himself.
Cole has known some of this information. I came up with Nyceria, actually. So I've been waiting for her to come up, and the minute I heard the fourth sister was the 2 moons, I was like, oh, no. And then so that's why my brain broke so bad, because I didn't really expect. I was teasing Ray for a while, going I know who this is. Oh no, that is who it is.
Yeah, Cole came up with the aspect of Nyceria. Didn't know how it was going to be implemented though, so I'm glad that was still a surprise, because that definitely wasn't on the cards at all when we first kind of planned that out. So that is cool.
But yeah, I knew the names of the Lunas Soritas and Nyceria. I did not know they were connected. So I just kind of...
Yeah, we saw you.
Yeah. That's what Ray did to me with the 3 sisters. Just...
I literally cannot contain myself when I get excited. Dax can attest to this, having been my GM. There's a lot of sound clips of me screeching.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Speaking of
That's a
Dax,
beautiful
though,
thing.
our wonderful guest, Dax. Where
The
can
love
people
of my
find you?
life.
Hi, I'm Dax. You can find me on my relatively still new, it'll be new until I hit the 1 year mark, Twitter account at GM_Dax. The only thing that I have going on is I am the GM and producer for a podcast called Roads Uncharted, but other than, I should say it's an actual play Genesis RPG podcast. So if you like listening to campaigns like you would here for Mind and the Martyr, but you want something that's not D&D, check us out. Yeah, that's all I got going on in my life right now, because life is crazy in 2020. Oop. Ray.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I thought my headset disconnected. I'm like, oh no.
Everyone's gone. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. 2020 is indeed a thing. What's Blink's first impressions of this motley crew?
All right, let me break it down for you. Oren needs to learn what a healer looks like. Eridan's cute, but very quiet. Soup can cook. And Jotra... There's this fabulous mind that is stuck in the head of that one, but then it's like there's this filter that goes from the brain out of the mouth, and there's some disconnect there.
So that's a very good description. I love it.
Love it. Thank you so much to the cast for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ray. You can find me at Bearded Baymax on Twitter. You can find me in a whole bunch of places, to be honest. You can find me here every Monday doing the Mind of the Martyr. You can find me every Wednesday on Transient's channel playing Cult, which is getting more and more spoopy as we go along. You can find me in a few other places, so just go ahead and check out my social media if you want to catch up. As for forward stuff, there's two things I want to announce before we do wrap up. First one, if you like the Mind of the Martyr and you're interested, or you know someone who would be interested in playing, we are going to be recasting the 2 slots that we lost. So we have 2 spots open up if you want to come and join us, which is going to be super, super exciting. The usual kind of stuff for streaming. If you have experience, awesome. If not, we can go ahead and help you out there. Decent mic, decent camera, apart from that, the usual stuff. And we'll be focusing on keeping those slots open for Black POC and marginalized communities to make sure that enough people get the chance to tell a story that they haven't been able to tell yet. The second thing I wanted to bring up is our little project that we are getting some help with called Friends Who Roll Freights, our October fundraiser. We are doing 4 games and then a probably 12 or 16 hour. I don't think we've decided yet.
Oh, we have a lot of stuff planned.
Stream right at the end as well. We are currently looking for a little bit of input as to what we're actually going to be playing during this stream or set of streams. So go ahead and either join our Discord server or go ahead and take a look at our Twitter and go ahead and give us some feedback and tell us what you want us to see. To see us do, rather. It's 5 a.m. My brain is frazzled.
Your brain is frazzled.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you knew what
Actually,
was coming. No?
that brings me... Ray, I have a question for you.
Oh, go on.
How do you feel as a DM constantly just blowing the shit out of your players' minds? Is it a sadistic thing, or?
I mean, it's a satisfying feeling.
Knew it.
So as soon as I had this plan for episode 1, and of course I know where that's going and what's happening there and all of that kind of thing. It was probably about episode 2 that I was like, okay, this is how your characters are acting. This is how you've settled in. Okay, let me go ahead and pull these strings together. I'll go ahead and wrap it, and we'll see what happens. It just so happened that everything kind of fell into place exactly how I wanted it to when it came to the strings tying up. And yeah. I like it. It's always satisfying to get a reaction from your players, like, absolutely.
Bastard.
But, yeah, that's us. Thank you so much, folks. Make sure to tune in next week if you like what you saw. Go ahead and check out our podcast on YouTube. Leave a like, subscribe, all of that nonsense. And if you aren't already following us, go ahead and throw a little follow on that follow button right there, and you'll see exactly when we're going live. We are going to do a quick credit roll, just to give credit to those who deserve it, aka everyone here. And then we're going to go ahead and rate Total Party Chill. Our friends over there are still streaming, so we're going to go ahead and send them a little bit of support. Thank you so much. Wash your hands, drink water, wear a mask, over your nose for God's sake, and keep moving forward. We'll catch you soon. Take care.